it's happened again. Another backstage fight in AEW. And it's actually kind of tiresome that we keep talking about it, but it's just the way it is, apparently. TMZ Sports dropped a very interesting report minutes before AEW went on the air today. And this was the report: Sammy Guevara and Andrade, AEW stars in backstage fight, punches allegedly thrown. This was a TMZ exclusive. AEW stars Sammy Guevara and Andrade were just involved in a backstage altercation, sources tell TMZ Sports, and Andrade has been sent home. Now, you knew that he was sent home, but Sammy Guevara wasn't. Obviously, that's because he was on AEW Dynamite, and yes, it did look kind of weird. It almost looked like his eye was kind of swollen or something. I'm not too sure, but nonetheless, back to the article. We're told the incident happened backstage at an AEW Dynamite show at the Entertainment and Sports Arena in Washington, D.C. Wednesday night. Sources tell us words were exchanged and then things turned physical. Sammy allegedly pushed Andrade and punches were thrown, according to our sources. It's unclear if anyone was hit. Our sources are adamant that the altercation was not part of an AEW storyline. As for the reason for the fight, the guys have been in an intense beef that spilled over on social media. On Tuesday, the wrestlers went back and forth on Twitter. One source says several wrestlers are pissed at Sammy for publicly airing out personal and private issues, and things just boiled over the arena. Obviously, this was Andrade's tweet, and yes, again, we're talking about a backstage fight in AEW. And guys, it's so annoying that this has become a topic to discuss, and I'm going to explain why. I watched AEW Dynamite tonight. I watched it the last few weeks. It's honestly been really good. But I can't help notice that when I'm on social media watching AEW Dynamite, people are talking about the backstage altercation bullshit drama more than the product itself. The attention shifts away from what the attention should be on, and that is AEW's ability to tell storylines. Creating must-see television is very hard to do when more people are talking about the backstage stuff that is happening. Andrade being sent home, Sammy being on TV, it's something that really confuses the hell out of me. And I think this is why things like this keep happening. Obviously, we don't know the full story. There's going to be Sammy Guevara's side, there's going to be Andrade's side, and there's going to be a truth that's somewhere in the middle. Probably a mixture of both sides, right? However, when I read this report from TMZ and I see news like this dropping, it makes me think that AEW is not under control in a backstage environment. And you might be wondering, well, you're a fan. Why does that matter? Well, it matters because it's actually ruining my experience watching the show. It's ruining the fans' experience watching the show. Because this type of stuff does not help the product. It doesn't elevate the product. It takes the attention away from the product. And I understand that some people like the backstage fights and they think that's a really cool thing and whatever. Guys, AEW's been around going on 4 years. We want another company to be there at the top with WWE. The wrestling industry needs another large, successful wrestling company. But this does more bad for AEW than good. I don't know what's happening here in regards to Andrade being sent home, but we know Tony Khan has officially called off 10 versus Andrade for Rampage. And it's terrible, to be honest. It's terrible. And it's terrible that AEW is in this situation, and it's terrible that AEW can't seem to get things under control. I really just want the focus to be on the product, good or bad. We should be talking about the product. We shouldn't be talking about backstage drama. You would think after CM Punk and the Elite, you would think that this would not be you would think this would not be a thing that's happening in the company. And it's not like people weren't warned about this. So it just makes you wonder why something like this is even happening. It's unfortunate. Really unfortunate.